Assalamu alaikum guys. In this practical video I will show you one of the big mistake in the construction of lapping length for this plinth beam. So let's get started guys. As you can see, this is RCC column which size is 18 by 18 inches with concrete cover, and you can see its lapping which is about 14 inches. So this is one of the big mistake because this is not the proper length of this lapping. That's why, because lapping length we can get from the formula of 50 to 60D, where D is dia of steel rod. Next guys, you can see this is plinth beam steel reinforcement. You can see lapping is provided at the bottom of this plinth beam, also at the top section of this plinth beam. So this is not the place to provide lapping length. Guys, you can see clearly this is tension zone. They placed the lapping at the same place, bottom portion also and upper portion. In compression zone also and tension zone they provided lapping length. So this is one of the big mistake in the construction of this plinth beam. Guys, you can see which length is about 6 feet. Length of lapping is maximum, but this is not the place to provide lapping, because this is the place to provide extra steel rods or crank bar or bent up bar to resist negative bending moment. You can see the spacing of stirrups which is about 8 to 9 inches center to center, and we have 2 steel rods at the bottom, 2 at the top. Dia is 16 mm for each steel rod. This plinth beam is designed for 3-story commercial building, but you can see it's steel reinforcement. They used minimum steel percentage in the construction of this plinth beam. You can see the formwork is being ready, which size is 12 by 18 inches. This is the other column. Lapping is same. Steel reinforcements are same. They use 12 number of steel rods in this RCC column. You can see the hooks are bent on 135 degrees, so it's okay, but the spacing is maximum. Again guys, you can see at the distance of L by 4, but you can see more than 50% lapping length they used here in this plinth beam. That's why, because after 14 feet they again used lapping at this place. So this is not the proper steel reinforcement design for this plinth beam. Where is the best place for the lapping? So I have already discussed in many videos that don't provide the lapping at the bottom portion of at the distance of L by 4 or L by 2, because at the distance of L by 2, which is mid of the beam, so there we have the positive bending moment which is maximum. Guys, you can see the spacing is about 8 to 9 inches. They used here 40 grade steel rods. Stirrup dia is 8 mm. You can see the end of the beam. On the other side they provided development length. So this is the proper and technical term of steel reinforcement lapping. Development length is very important at the end of the beam to make a good bond between steel and concrete. So that's great. But on the other side you can see they did more mistakes in the construction of this plinth beam, because in tension zone we should provide maximum numbers of steel rods, because in tension zone concrete is weak in tension but it's strong in compression. So therefore in compression zone if they use 2 numbers of steel rods, so no problem, but at the bottom portion they should use maximum numbers compared to its upper portion of steel reinforcement. The first stirrup should be placed at the distance of minimum 2 inches, so it's okay. But on the other side, at the distance of L by 4 or at the middle, they used the same spacing of stirrups, which is about 8 to 9 inches. But this is commercial building. So in commercial building, the lapping and steel reinforcement stirrup spacing, everything should be changed from the residential building. That's why, because commercial building we have more structure load. So therefore be careful for this kind of construction if you are working on construction site. Thanks for watching. See you in next video. Goodbye.